Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. My hormones make me a nutcase.
Hello, hello, welcome, welcome.
So today we're going to be talking all about holidays and how to enjoy your holiday without feeling really guilty, without feeling like you need to be overly restrictive. Just have a good time and also enjoy the food and enjoy your holiday, essentially.
Absolutely. And that's on trend this week because Em has just come back from holiday. So what a great thing to start talking about.
I have indeed. Um, so yeah, I thought we'd just kind of talk a little bit about that, how I managed it, what things kind of come up, what thought process some of our clients have, and just give you a few little tips on just to make how to make the most out of your holiday, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it includes the week coming up to the holiday and the week after as well, not just your holiday, because so many people like, you know what it's like when you're at work and you've got to get everything done before you leave because
Yeah,
otherwise, it's going to be awful when you come back. Like that plays a massive role. And then when you come back, it's like, oh, are you in a routine? Am I not? Am I just going to not be in a routine for a couple of weeks? So I think these things are like probably more important than the actual holiday bit on its own.
definitely. I find the most stressful part of going on holiday, like the run up the week before the holiday. Even though you know you've got time to like get things done, it feels so overwhelming. Like not, I suppose not really like the food aspect and stuff, but more so like trying to fit your workouts in. When am I going to pack my bags? Am I going to do my washing? When am I going to use up all the food that's left in the fridge? There's like all of those thoughts going on before you actually get to holiday. Once you're on the plane, it's like I'm fine now, but yeah,
Yeah. It's that question, isn't it? Like, are you excited about going on holiday? No, I'll be excited when I get there because I need to make sure
yeah,
I'm there first. There's so many things that could happen between now and holiday. Like, I will be very excited when I walk into that other airport. Maybe actually when I get to the hotel more so, just because,
yeah,
shit can still go wrong in someone else's airport. Still don't have my bags on me. When I got my bags, we're fine. We can crack on.
definitely. I think as well, like if you have systems and you have like you maybe want to do 3 workouts a week, for example, or you want to get your certain amount of steps in, you want to stay on top of like your food planning before you go away. That can feel quite stressful. I know for me, obviously we were doing the challenge, I still are, but I was like, right, I'll do my workouts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, get all my steps in. And then I woke up on Tuesday and I just felt so off. And I was like, battling with myself, like, do I do it? Do I not? Just because we had some stress with Fred as well. So that was impacting my sleep, I was sleeping as well, all that kind of stuff. And I ended up doing on Monday and Wednesday rather than the 3. Um, and I let myself off for that. Like, I'm not going to sit there and beat myself up like I missed my workout. Do you know what I mean? But there is that added pressure on top, I think, when you're trying to achieve those things as well. Um, yeah,
Mm.
so that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's hard, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. And I think like it's a lot of people like I don't like for me, like in like the morning, I'm like, right, I've got to get all this stuff done. And then suddenly I'm like, oh my God, I haven't got enough time to do all this stuff. And then realistically, things take me like 5 minutes. Like, and
Yeah,
then I'm like, oh, I've got so much time. But in my brain, I'm like, I don't have time for a workout. I don't have time for this. I don't
yeah,
have time for that. Like, and then I sit there and go, oh, like I've literally done everything that I wanted to do in like 10 minutes. Like it didn't take me as long as I thought in my brain, or my brain thought it would. Like, I do have time. Like, even if you've only got time for like a 10-minute workout or whatever, like, or a 10-minute walk around the block, like earlier between clients, like quickly, I was like, oh God, I've got half an hour. Like, I don't possibly have time for a walk. And I actually did a 20-minute walk. Like, I was like, I do have
yeah,
time. Don't be silly, brain. Shut the fuck up. Like, I can walk around the block. Like, am I going to be sat here on my butt or am I going to walk around the block? Like, just go and walk. She's not going to turn up 10 minutes early. And if she does, well, her time's not until 1:30. So she's going to have to wait.
yeah. It's so true. I'm so guilty of that as well. Of feeling like everything is going to take such a long time, and you stress yourself out over it, thinking, "How am I going to get that done? How am I going to get this done?" And everything is so much quicker than you think. And actually, like you say, there's time left over. And you think, why was I even stressed about this in the first place? Like, it's absolutely fine. Or like for me, I'm like, oh, I should really make sure I like deep clean the house before I go on holiday, which is just a stupid, unrealistic expectation of myself. And I was like, my parents were coming to stay, so I was like, I don't want it to be, not that it was not clean, but I don't want it to be not clean. Like, and then I'm like, well, if I just do a little bit of dust, clean the shower when I'm in the shower, just hoover the, the bits. Like, it's not even that dirty. That's fine. My parents are going to come in and go, oh, that's filthy. That's filthy. Like, but I just sometimes set these unrealistic expectations. It's like, just take a bit of pressure off yourself in those instances. But yeah, I think it's having those systems, isn't it, in place for. Well, I always like to have that to-do list of, right, I need to get this, 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 and this done. And then I think, go over it again and go, do I actually need to get that? Do I actually need to deep clean the house before I go on holiday?
No, absolutely not. Just make sure it's like at a nice level, so when you come home, you're like, great, that's cool. My bed's made. Nice to get into, you know. You don't have to go crazy. No one's coming around your house rating your house out of 10. Like, you're not getting a rating from, like, the hotel inspector. Like, just absolutely not. And like, yeah. And again, like things with work, like work knows you're going on holiday. Yes, you might have things to do, but also you're only one human being. You can only do as much as you possibly can in the hours that you have. Like, sometimes I think someone said to me the other day, she's like, I really wish sometimes 11 o'clock was 8 a.m. Like 11 a.m. would be like 8 a.m. because I've got so much to do. Like, which I was like, yeah, but I think most people feel like that the days go so quickly. Like, but there's only so much you can do in those hours that you've got. If you haven't managed it, then you're going to have to delegate or pass it on to someone else, or just say to these people, look, I'm going on holiday, haven't managed to do this. I promise I'll get it done when I get back. Like, as long as you're communicating with people, the majority of the time, people are like, oh, absolutely, no worry, you go and enjoy yourself. Like, I always feel guilty when I go on holiday, like not messaging clients, being like, how are you doing and that. And so many of them are like, will you stop messaging me and go and enjoy your holiday? And I'm like, oh my God, yes, okay. You're not gonna go anywhere, it's fine, we're all right.
I know, but it's hard though, especially when people are paying for your services, like you, especially being self-employed like we are, you feel like you have that kind of obligation to do that, but we're only human at the same time, and it's you've got to have some time to like switch off at the same time. But that's the battle, isn't it, with being self-employed, is that you never really fully switch off. And when you're passionate and you care about your clients like we do, it's hard. It is really hard.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that I struggle with the most when I go away, is to actually not message people or not make sure people are okay, and like actually just, you don't need to work, like just go and enjoy. Like, I enjoy myself when I'm away, don't get me wrong, like absolutely, but I just find that little bit, like not answering people, like if they've messaged me, like really difficult not to message back. Like, I'm better at it, but I have still not been away and 100% not ever text, like there's always been at least one or two people that I've messaged.
Yeah, definitely. And I was the same. Like, I've certain check-in days, and one of the ladies was like, I thought you weren't messaging because you were away. I'm fine, like in a happy kind of way. And I was like, okay, good. Almost just being like, it's all good. But yeah, like sometimes someone will ask you a quick message like 8:30 at night, and I'll be sat there, chilling, and then there's that like, oh, should I, like, I feel like I want to reply, but also I'm like, I need to have those boundaries of like, you don't necessarily get a message back from me at 8:30 at night or 9 o'clock. It is difficult on a Sunday night or a Saturday as well. And I think when you're away as well, it's harder because all the days blur into one. So usually, like on a weekend, I'm like, it's the weekend. Sometimes people message me, I'll respond to it, or I'll say, yeah, I'll get that sorted for you on Monday or whatever. But there, it's kind of like, you don't really know where you are, what day it is. So it's easy to just, a quick message back. And then you get into conversation, you're like, oh. But yeah. I think those side of things, there's always that, like, those thoughts, I think, of going away before, like, worrying about what you're going to eat. Are you going to eat too much? Are you going to put weight on? Or how is your bloating going to be? I feel like that can be quite a stressful thing. Um,
Mm. And how
then,
you act with food before you go on holiday, right? How many people are like,
yeah,
yeah, I get it. People want to lose weight before they go on holiday. It's just ingrained in the world, like lose fat, look good in a bikini and all that, whatever. Like, but it's when people then start like going, oh, I'm not going to eat carbs before I go away. I'm not going to do this before I go away. Because then when you go away and you eat carbs, oh my gosh, you're going to be so bloated because your body's going to be like, what the hell? I haven't eaten this for however many weeks that like so actually you're
yeah,
probably doing more detriment to your body than actually just eating some carbs before you go on holiday.
definitely. And I've definitely had those thought processes of like, I had it into my head that I just lost. I know I spoke about it briefly, but I think where we've been doing this kind of challenge, I've been like analyzing things more than I usually do. And maybe it's from a more of an anxious standpoint, but I was looking like, have I lost weight? Have I lost muscle? Like what? And I also couldn't like gauge how I actually felt about my body. This has been quite vulnerable, really, but that's in all honesty like how I felt over the last kind of few weeks of like
Mm.
at what I'm seeing in the mirror, is that actually what is there? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's almost like a bit of body dysmorphia in a way, um,
Mm.
I suppose, which I had never really had so much before of doing like tracking the calories and things like that. So maybe it's not a hugely healthy thing for my brain, potentially. Maybe that's something I've learned from that. I don't know. Need to be explored, probably going into something far deeper. But I did have those thoughts of like, how am I going to look in a bikini? Like, and then when you get there and you put your bikini on, you go to the pool. I'm sure people have all different views on it, but I was just like, really care. Like, I was just, do you know what I mean? I'm just quite happy being by the pool and I'm for a little swim and cooling myself down, and those kind of like thoughts almost disappear a little bit.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, I was actually having this conversation with someone yesterday, this morning, sorry. One of my clients, she said that they'd gone to the beach, just in everyday clothes, like not there to be in bikinis or swimsuits or whatever. But they were sat on the beach and she was people watching. She was like, do you know what? I was actually looking around and the majority of people are like bigger than I think they should be. Not I should not they're bigger than she thinks the world is. Do you know what I mean? Like there's this perception of like when you go to a beach or a pool that there's like all these guys and girls with six packs and like their tiny little bikinis and stuff and they all look like this, but actually she was like, my God, just looked around and most people are just like a normal, like 14, 16, like kind of vibe. And I was like, yes, most of the time when you go away, the minority are those people with the six packs and stuff like that. Like, and then she
yeah,
said like, oh, she follows a lot of people on Instagram that look like this perfect body with like the six packs and stuff like that. I was like, this is why you think the world's like that, because the majority of the time when you go around a pool, especially in like other countries, people do not look like that. Like,
no,
like,
no, they don't. And there was actually a girl I saw pop up on social media, and she's like 3,000 calories a day. But in the morning, she did a video of herself, and she was like extremely lean. She had like a six pack, and she was like, at the end of the day, what she'd eaten. Obviously, she'd got water retention. She was a bit bloated, not like excessive bloating, but just normal eating food. And she was like, when I post pictures and videos of myself, I do it first thing in the morning, and I look my leanest. But she was like, I'm not doing that at the end of the day when I've consumed all my food and I'm really bloated. And it was like, this is what a normal body looks like once it's eaten food. And
yeah.
because it's true,
Because I
you
don't
have,
know
because
about
I,
you, me, I look different in the morning to when I've eaten food in the evening. 100%.
yeah,
And I said this to my client, depending on what time of year it is, I look different at Christmas. I can't put my shorts on at Christmas, like that I wear in the summer, but in the summer I can fit into them quite fine. Like you have different seasons and different, like you look different throughout the whole year. Like you don't
yeah,
have light mornings and light evenings. Like in Christmas at Christmas time, if you did, my God, I probably look exactly the same the whole year throughout. But I don't because my days are shorter and there's no way I'm doing like miles and miles at like 9 o'clock at night. Whereas when it's the summer, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll stay out because it's nice.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. And it's like when I put like a nice outfit on for the evening, before I went out for dinner, I was like, oh yeah, like feeling myself, feel like I look nice, have an Aperol spritz, have a bowl of pasta, feel like I've got a 6 month baby in there. Because the Aperol spritz just apparently just really floats me. Like the alcohol just floats me anyway. Plus all the extra food and the oils and stuff. And I'm walking back, 40-degree heat. Like this, it sounds like you can't
Mm.
even notice it because when you look down, it feels so much more in yourself, doesn't it, than what other
Yeah.
people do as well. But it does make you
Mm.
feel a bit like, oh, but no one's even cares. Like no one's looking at you. But there are those thoughts of like, oh, I feel really bloated. What people thinking? But I was never once looking at anyone else going, oh, they look a bit bloated, or oh, look at that. I don't
Yeah,
care.
exactly.
Nice and
Like,
fresh.
do you remember any human you went past when you're on holiday? Like,
No, no,
exactly. Unless someone does something to really stick out. I don't know. It's wearing some
yeah,
really wacky outfit and it has to be like wacky.
yeah,
Like you don't notice. I don't remember what anyone on I walked past multiple people today on a walk and I couldn't tell you what any of them looked like. I'm not
no,
paid attention. I don't care what they look like.
no. It's the least interesting thing. Like I remember there was an Australian couple next to us, and I could hear them having conversation at dinner. So I was like, oh, eavesdropping a little bit in their
I
conversation.
love that.
I don't know what they looked like, but I was just listening to what they had to say because that was a lot more interesting than like what outfit she had on or whether Tommy was bloated or those things.
Or or the conversation between you and Sam.
Yeah, no conversation. We're just eavesdropping. No.
I love that. But yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, it's just it's such a misconception, like with yeah, I think social media is a massive part, has a massive part to play in that. But yeah, the world is not how people think it is in their heads. Like people make up their own world and yeah, people are not tiny all the time. Like people do not, like you say, that don't wake up. Oh, I don't wake up looking the same as when I go to bed. Like absolutely not. You wouldn't. Like that wouldn't be normal. Like things happen.
No, but I think that's what people think is the case though, because I've just, even being in this industry, we know sometimes when you're consuming that all the time. Like I know there's one influencer that I see, and I follow her on YouTube and stuff, and she was always super lean. And when she was going out for dinners on holiday, she looked so lean. And actually, she's had a baby now, and her body's changed, and she's still, I mean, her body is beautiful now, but you can notice the difference. But I always used to think, how is she like that lean at that time of the day? Because I'm not that lean at that time. Or maybe I do look more lean. I don't really like, I don't know, who knows? But you compare
Mm,
yourself and you think, why, how do they look like that at 7 p.m. at night? She might have gone out and taken that at 6 a.m. and we just don't know. Or she's really stuck it in, or she's edited it, which quite a lot of times people do. I'm not saying she does, but a lot of people are
yeah.
editing their photos and stuff, their videos now. So it's not, and they're getting their best sides, their best angles. Like when they're sat down eating a plate of pasta and their belly's like rolled over, you're not seeing that.
No, absolutely not. You're not like, and I don't like this is slightly different, but like the other day I was around my friends and we were having, honestly, I haven't laughed so hard in forever. I was rolling around on the pavement. I couldn't stand up. I was like, I've got to just put myself on the floor because I might fall over. So, but we were laughing so hard at a photo that there's me. I've pulled a stupid face, but I accidentally, by the way I took the photo, she's like got double chins, like pulling this face. We're all wetting ourselves. I'm sorry, I've never laughed so hard and had such a good time. I don't laugh like that when you look really pretty and you're like there posing and
No,
stuff. That doesn't happen. Like, you know, I'm fulfilling my life looking at pictures of people with double chin, like put us pulling stupid faces and looking stupid rather than like
yeah,
posing for like fancy photos. Like,
so
like
true.
Yeah, no, and not one of us were looking at each other going, "Oh, you're not lean enough to be in this photo, or you're not lean enough to do this or that or whatever." Like we just enjoyed each other's company, you know. Like, it's not
Yeah,
about being tiny.
no. I was in Sam actually recorded me because I was trying to get like a few little videos whilst we were away, just like content and stuff. So I got him to record me eating this ice cream, but he'd obviously like zoomed out and done a weird angle. So when I watched it back, I looked like an alien. I mean, him were like just laughing, like, why do I look like an alien? Like my head was going out like this, and I was like, yeah, I'm not used to that, but it was funny because I just looked weird, but I wasn't like, well, I wasn't annoyed. I was more upset about it. I was
Uh,
just like, that's funny. But
I
yeah,
love
it
it.
is
I hope
true.
you use that now. I want to see that one.
Oh dear, I do.
Maybe
Yeah,
this
I
is
don't
what we
think
need to
I did do.
do. We just need to change our social medias to like looking like things like this. Maybe that will be like,
Maybe.
it will start influencing people to like actually be normal, like,
Well, yeah,
rather than having to be perfect all the time. Because what the hell's perfect? Again, we always say that, don't we? Like, but yeah. Yeah, it is difficult on holiday when you're going there because you do want to look your best and feel your best and all this. But again, no one has a clue what you look like before you went on holiday, let alone when you're on holiday. So, like, I mean, yeah,
and also once you're there, the majority of people aren't thinking how can I be the healthiest. So as soon as you start overindulging a little bit, you're going to be more bloated and probably like more bloated and
yeah,
what's the word
gonna
I'm
feel
looking
it
for?
more.
Yeah, than what you did before you go anyway. So
Mm,
you're kind of like contradicting yourself because you're like, must not eat carbs, must be the leanest person. Get there, eat a bowl of pasta, eat a pizza, eat an ice cream, and then you're just really bloated, and then you're like, oh man,
yeah,
no.
yeah. What did I do that for? You might as well have just
Yeah,
eaten normally for like a couple of weeks, and then you could have carried on eating normally, and actually it probably wouldn't have had the same effect. And you probably would have just come back, lost the water weight, and boom, you're on track and you're carrying on rather than
exactly.
like, I'm going to cut this out, then I'm going to eat everything, then I'm going to cut it out again. Because again, that's what people will do when they come back. They'll just cut everything out again. And this doesn't work. This is a yo-yo diet, like constantly. Like, yes, you might have a few more things that you wouldn't have at home when you're on holiday. Absolutely. Who doesn't? We go away, we eat pizza, pasta, gelato, cookies, and all that stuff. But we also have stuff, we do also have fruit and veg in that as well. And like, you need that mix rather than, yeah, just going, "Oh, okay, I'm not going to have fruit and veg for this whole week. I'm just going to hammer everything, all the alcohol, all this, all that," and then just feel like absolute dog shit and feel like you need another holiday by the time you come back. Like, nah, not about that life.
Definitely not. Like we do in, oh, I think we didn't have breakfast in one of them when we were in Austria. So I think I had like croissant one of the mornings, and then we went to like Garda, and they had like a little buffet, and I really just love yogurt, and they had lots of little seeds and stuff. So I had that. But then I also had a little croissant, a little pastry with it, because I was like, I want both. That's fine.
Why not?
Yeah, and then it was at lunch. One day we just had big slice of pizza each. They cut it up just from a little like stool thing. I did notice like a few hours later I was really hungry again. I ended up having a few little like pretzels and things because I hadn't had protein, so I just wasn't as full. I was like, what's going on here? So I ended up binging on some pretzels and thought, well, that's because I didn't have enough protein. But I'm on
Hmm.
holiday, so it's what it is. Um, Went out for dinner, had some corn pasta. Like I just kind of varied it up, and then I had a side salad with that just to get some extra vegetables. One night I did eat nearly as many vegetables as when I got home, but
Hmm.
it is what it is. I had somewhere I could. I had an extra side salad sometimes. Sometimes I just had a croissant for breakfast. Sometimes we had some chicken nuggets midway through the morning for some extra protein, and McDonald's was all there was. So, you know, it's not 100% diet, but it also diet is in what I was eating. But I don't feel guilty for it. I enjoyed
And
it.
good,
So
because
yeah,
that's the whole point, right? You don't earn all your money and go on holiday not to enjoy it.
no, no, exactly.
because that would be ridiculous. If you go on holiday and then feel guilty for every single thing, you might as well just stay at home and
Yeah.
not bother, because you've got to go and enjoy these things at the end of the day. You've only got one life, got to live it. Like, you've earned your money, you've decided where you're going to go and have the best time. Like, stop worrying about if someone's looking at you, if like you're eating stuff that you don't normally eat. It doesn't matter. When you get home, you can just go back into your normal routine,
Yeah.
and within a week, like, the bloat will come down, like, you'll get back to eating more of your fruit and vegetables and feeling probably a bit more alive, a bit more energized, because you've got those micronutrients and stuff. But like, yeah, 1 week is not going to hurt it. It's if you come back and then you don't do anything for another month and then you carry on eating all the pasta, all the pizza, all the gelato and stuff like that. If you then carry
Yeah.
that cycle on, that's when you're going to have a problem.
Exactly. And it was like yesterday we landed back home, didn't have time to do a food shop, and it's Thursday today, so it was like midweek coming home. And I was like, okay, there's a M&S at the supermarket. I'm just gonna supermarket at the airport. So I'm just gonna grab. I just grabbed one of the little overnight oat pots.
They're good.
Yeah, had one of those this morning. I I did actual Sam bought a little lunch. He was going to have a dinner. Anyway, irrelevant. I had something I could have had for lunch, but there was stuff. My mum was like, "Oh, I've got some of this left over," and I still had, some bread in the freezer, my protein bread. She left loads of vegetables. So I was like, perfect, make an easy lunch today. I've got something planned. We've got some beef mince in the freezer. Get that out and have that with some rice later with some veg. Just straight back into what I normally do.
Yeah, which I think is handy, isn't it? If you've like batch cooked stuff in the past or whatever, and like you've got a few freezer things for like if you do come back off holiday and you don't go shopping straight away. Like, I know you normally like have already, like, whilst you're on your last day of holiday or last couple of days, you tend to like plan your meals that you're going to have next week and your food shop, because when you get back on a
Yeah,
weekend, you've got the Sunday to then do your food shopping, haven't you? You know exactly what you're going to get and you're straight back to it. Like, but if it is midweek, it's if you have got stuff that you've batch cooked before and things, like, that's a good option. Have like some, your frozen pizzas, if you will, and
yeah,
stuff like that available. Jacket potatoes, tuna, like, easy to do. Like, even if you haven't got any salad, like, because you obviously haven't been shopping, like, you can just have something like that, and then the next day go get your shopping. Like,
yeah,
for your breakfast, have your oats. You can make porridge with that quite easily. Have some frozen berries in the freezer. Boom, bang that in. I'm sure you maybe nut butter and a few seeds because they last anyway. Don't know, in the cupboards. Like, you can make something. There's like no reason why you can't have these things in to then just get straight back to it.
exactly. And actually, it's probably the least prepared I've been. Come back on holiday, just randomly, but I made it work. Like, I got that thing last night. Luckily, I had some stuff to make for lunch. My mum and stayed look after the dog, so I'd had those. So it just worked out fine. And like I said, I had some frozen mince in the freezer. Got some rice packets in the cupboard. There's some. I could use frozen vegetables, or I have got some veg in the fridge anyway to use up. So I've made it work. And I've already planned my food shop for next week, and I'll get through the next couple of days. Probably go and pop to the shop down the road, get some
Mm.
yogurt for my breakfast. So because I know what I usually have, so it's easy to get back into that
Yeah.
routine.
And I think it's having that, isn't it? It's having that system of like, right, pick a couple of breakfasts that you like on rotation. Like, you might change this in a month or two's time, you might not, you might just enjoy your breakfast how it is. Like, but no, like, so I know we said it before, but I will have pancakes like every day. But one day this week, I literally had like 10 minutes before I had to get into a client or whatever. And I was like, I do not have time to make my pancakes this morning. But I know, because I've made my oats so many times, that it takes 2 minutes in the microwave. I know what goes in it. I know the weights of stuff. So I just put it on the scale, bang it in, blah, blah, and then I'll go and log it later, because like I already know what I've
Yeah,
had. Like, and I've done it so many times that that's just in my brain. Like, I could tell you my pancake recipe just off top because I've done it so many times, Like, but it's having those things that you can then rotate and right, that's quick and easy. That's my system. This works. Without that, you're just playing a guessing game, aren't you? And just trying to make up stuff that you don't even know if that works for you. Like, it takes a while to get into the routine and find a good routine, but once you do, it makes your life so, so much easier.
yeah, 100%. And then, yeah, it's just getting straight, like it's just getting straight back into it. Like from
And like
Saturday, I'll do a food shop. Next week, just go back into my
100%. And if you don't do a food shop, like if you don't like going food shopping or whatever it is, like if you normally get a delivery, make sure you got a delivery for that next day coming in.
Exactly. That's it. Have a delivery in, ready to go. Sorted.
Mm, absolutely. And then you've not got to worry about it or going anywhere or doing anything with that. I think it's just making, yeah. And you can do that on the last couple of days of your holiday if you really want to when you're lying by the pool. It takes like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, or even before you go away if you've got time, and
Yeah.
you're not stressing about
It is.
everything, just get it sorted before you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
again, if you have that system in place, if you've already done, like, even if you have the same thing the week you go away to the week you come home, like you're having a week in between where you're not eating those meals. So you might just go, do you know what? This week we had this. I'm just going to order the same shopping list for the week we come back. We'll have that, and then we'll have something different the week after, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Because then you're just taking the thinking out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that's hard, is the thinking. You need to remove that thinking element as much so that it just makes your life so much easier. And that's why systems are really a great way to just keep everything running smoothly.
Mm.
Do you think, in work and offices, there are systems to keep things running efficiently? And that's what you've got to think about your life. You've got to think of your life like that. It's an operation that needs to have systems to function well. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, 100% it is. And without that, like, what does that do? Without it, you end up picking, binging, not eating any of those. Like, you're then tired and exhausted because you're not eating, you're not doing these things properly. Like, you wonder why your body doesn't function. Your hormones are all over the place because you're not feeding your body what it needs. Like, and this can quite
Yeah,
easily happen when you don't have a system.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing that I've really learned this year is like, I think I
Mm,
knew that it was systems, but I didn't know the way to describe it. And I remember listening to a podcast of Layla or Mosley talking about systems. I was like, oh God, that is it. That is the key, is having systems in place for success. And it just all makes sense now. Like, I remember she was talking about like willpower. I think yeah, she was talking about willpower, and it's like I don't have more willpower than you. I just have a system in place that means I don't have to use willpower. And when I'm tired and I'm stressed and I'm hungry and all these things, I don't have stuff in my house that I just go and have because they're there. I have a system where I don't have it so that I can't do that.
yeah.
It's yeah, like systems are really the key. And you might not be an organized person, you might find those things difficult, but I'm sure your life is difficult already. Like if you're listening to
Yeah.
this and you want to improve your health and your fitness, then you're probably struggling in some way. And actually taking the time to put those systems in place around anything like that is going to make it better in the long run, ultimately.
100%. And you think, how long have we been doing that? But like you suddenly go, I feel way more organized. Like you say, with the whole system thing. Like I think this year is probably one of the most organized I've ever been in terms of being like, oh, that's just my breakfast. That's just my lunch. I have a rotation of 2 or 3 lunches. That's so much easier. Like, and then a rotation of different dinners. And that way you can maintain how you want to be because you know what you're doing. Like, yeah, I don't think I've ever been so organized with things like that on my training, like for so long. Like when I was training in the shed in my garden, like yeah, I'd train 3 times a week, but I have someone give me a program because he was like, "Oh my God, I've done you like 5 programs." I'm like, "Yeah, because you make it easy for me. I don't have to think." Like it was like you're taking the thinking element out of it for me. I just turn up to the gym and I just do what you've written down. Like whereas like for me, like after planning everyone's sessions, doing everyone's programs, and like I'm here like doing like hundreds of bloody sessions. By the time it gets to me, I think, yeah, can't be asked to think about me now. Absolutely not. So I just get someone else to do it for me, so I don't have to think about me. I can just go, okay, I'm gonna do me. Yeah, absolutely. I just don't have to think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And it's
exactly.
taking that element out because that's exhausting then having to think, and then you just end up doing the same thing for like months and months and months and actually get no results because I've done something for too long,
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
definitely. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think And also the system sometimes will stop working, so then you have to be happy to like change the system slightly.
Yeah, adapt.
Yeah, exactly, because life
Life
changes,
still
right?
lives.
Exactly.
It does.
But yeah,
And you'll have things like these holidays and things that crop up. And sometimes you might only have like 1 or 2 holidays in the year. And other years you might have like a month away or whatever, or like a couple of big holidays and stuff. But it's then learning to navigate them and not feeling guilty when you go on them and just getting
yeah,
back into the system that you've created when you get back.
yeah, exactly. And I planned to do a weights workout whilst I was away. So this week, must have been this week. And
Mm.
at the gym, there was no, I walked in there and it was all like cardio. And I was like, well, apart from body weight, I can't do any weighted exercises. So
Yeah.
what am I going to do? So I was like, Sam likes running, and actually, my back had been feeling okay. So we were like, we'll just get up early before it gets too hot, go for a run instead, still getting some kind of movement in. So it's not the exact thing I wanted to do, but just adapted it and got that done instead, and that was fine. So
Absolutely. And I think that's another good thing, right? When you go on holiday, it doesn't mean you have to stop everything. If you enjoy exercising, if you enjoy running, if you enjoy going to the gym, just because you're on holiday doesn't mean you need to stop those things. You can go and do these things, right?
yeah,
Because I think a
definitely.
lot of people, like we've had it before, like, why are you exercising when you're on holiday? Well, because I actually enjoy it and I want to do it. And I know it's good for my brain. If I don't do it, then I'm just going to be a stressy little mare and no one's going to like me. So I'm going to go work out for the sanity of everyone, right? Like, if that's not how you work, then that's fine. If you want to go on holiday and do absolutely nothing, you crack on. But
Yeah,
let me crack on doing what I'm doing because I actually really like running on holiday because I feel like I see so much more because I can run further than
yeah,
what I can walk, right, in such a smaller amount of time.
exactly.
Like,
And where it was
you
like
know,
so hot, where for us, actually the sightseeing in the day was quite hard because it was so exhausting because it was just like 40 degrees and so humid. So we were like, should we just go and get things we didn't get done today? Go and run in the first thing in the morning. That's when I feel most energized, and Sam was pretty happy to do that. It was cooler in the morning, and it's so nice because it's really quiet. You're running along the river, it's so pretty. Like, go and see the little things you want to do. You're like, oh, within that hour, we've just gone and done all the best things we wanted to do. We've got some exercise in, you feel really good afterwards. We've had a long drive after that, so you feel like you've achieved something. But that's what made us feel good. That might not be what other people want to do, and that is also okay. But again, when we were in Lake Garda, Sam was like, oh, should we not go? And I was like, no, come on, we're doing it. Because I was like, actually really looking forward to going and running along like around the lake and seeing it
I
at
love
that time
that.
in the morning. It's so
Oh,
pretty.
oh my gosh.
And I was like, I've been sat in this room a little bit whilst we're here, doing little things like sitting in the aircon, which is great. And I'm not saying we sat in the room for the whole time, but like, am I going to remember when I go back home? Oh yeah, I had an extra hour laying in bed, or am I going to remember that beautiful run I went and did and saw the stuff was up? But you know what I'm saying? Actually,
Yeah.
and I can picture that in my mind now, and I was like, that was incredible, and that's what I wanted my memories to be. So, but yeah, that's just
Yeah.
what we
Exactly.
enjoy.
And that's the thing. You've got to do what you enjoy. If you do train super hard and then you want a week off and you don't want to do any exercise like that, again, that's fine. Like, but don't feel guilty for having that week off. Sometimes actually when you train super hard, having a week off is good for you. Like,
Hmm.
because you can come back and you go and lift something and you're like, oh my God, I'm so strong. This is so good because you've given your body time to rest and relax and adapt and So again, navigate that on holiday, depending how long you're going for, what you're doing, where you're going and stuff. Decide whether it's something you want to do or actually, do you know what? I'm gonna have a week off, and that is quite okay as well.
Yeah, I think it's just best to remember that a holiday is just a short period of time, unless you were like going traveling for 6 months or something. But generally,
Yeah.
your holidays are like 1 to 2 weeks. Again, like Christmas or your birthdays, it's a short period of time. Like, you're not going to be eating what you normally do. You're not going to have your usual systems. You're not going to be exercising necessarily what you usually do day to day. But you're away. You're creating memories. You're enjoying yourself, and that 1 or 2 weeks is not going to ruin your all that progress that you've made. So go away, enjoy yourself, create the memories, do what you want to do whilst you're there, and just have a system in place to get you back on track once you're home. And then
Yeah.
remember the amazing memories and think that was the best time.
I mean, exactly that. I don't think I've got anything to follow that up with because I feel like that was a really good like summary of what you should do because yeah, at the end of the day, it's what you do when you come back. It's not what you do with
Yeah,
or not what you do. No, wait. It's yeah, what you do when you come back, not what you haven't done when you were away that
yeah,
creates the problem. It's that having weeks off afterwards and not get back into routine as soon as you possibly can, that will be what sets you back.
definitely. If you have 1 week away on holiday and then you think stuff that I've ruined my progress, so then you just do whatever you want to do when you get home, then yes, you would have failed because you've now let that 1 week be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, a year, and you've gained
Yeah.
more weight, you've whatever. If you get back from that week holiday, though, that was 1 week, I'm back on track, it's such a small amount of time. you know,
Yeah.
1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 4 months, that you could be way further towards your goals. So the only way you fail is if you let that 1 week, 2 weeks derail you completely and you let that spiral on for months and years or whatever. That's the
Mm,
only way that you'll fail.
absolutely. And like we said, it's your mindset around it. Use that week off as like a cool. I'm having this week off, but I'll be back on it next week because like your mindset is either gonna make you fail, like say if you just quit and give up, or it's going to push you further and actually you're going to get more gains in that 1 week that you've had off because you've actually had time to rest and relax, and then you're going to push on even further. So I think like it's good to think about it like that instead of being like, oh wow, well, I've ruined it now because you've not ruined anything. I mean, if yeah. I mean, look, where would we be if we suddenly had given up? Well, I wouldn't be sat here, I don't think. But like you just don't, and then I have had times before I was a PT, before I did any of this, well, I never used to really exercise. I never really used to do anything. I'd come back from holiday, oh my God, I remember coming back from what, I went 3 weeks to Thailand, came back for like 9 days. I went to Mexico for an all-inclusive for 2 weeks. By the time I get back, oh my God, I was so fed up of food and drink. But like I didn't go to the gym for a while because I was like, oh, I feel like shit, I look like shit, blah blah. But if I'd have given up at that point, imagine where I'd be now, probably like 20 stone, like doing nothing. Whereas actually I was like, no, I've got to sort myself out, let's go back in. And we do have like we used to have, well, we used to fluctuate loads with on off, gym, no gym, no gym. Like now I'm like, no, this routine works for me perfectly. This is good. It's manageable. I'm not trying to do 5 times a week like I was trying to do back then. It just doesn't work for me. Like I haven't got enough time in the week to do that.
Yeah,
Like like you say, finding that system, not giving up, getting back on it, and just being a little bit organized around it, I think.
also like acknowledging feelings that do come up and accepting that it's okay to like feel certain things as well. And I definitely had moments of being uncomfortable with being bloated, and I was kind of like a bit self-conscious at times, even though we sit here and say no one's watching. It doesn't mean I don't have those thoughts sometimes. Like
Mm.
I still feel them. I'm still human. I would love to just be like self-confident all the time, but
Oh yeah.
that's I'm not, because I am human. And I was like, oh, I feel a bit bloated, like my belly sticks out a little bit in this, or and that was how I felt in that moment. And I was like, just acknowledging that and saying it's okay to feel that way. Like I'm not going to sit here and let that ruin my whole holiday, but I'm still feel that way, and that's this moment, and that is also okay. Um, hope that kind of makes some
Yeah,
kind of
I think it
sense.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah, we definitely both still have thoughts like that all the time. Like, but it's just like you say, like I had a dress that I wore when I went to Uruguay in February, and oh man, it was tight, but I still wore it. I'm hoping I want to wear it to a wedding in Vegas. I want it to be a little bit looser so I feel a little bit more comfortable. Don't get me wrong. So like I'm like, I know I'm going to that wedding in Vegas. I want to try and just, be on a even keel for when I get there. Like, but we do have thoughts like that sometimes. Like I'll look down and be like, oh, do I look big in this? Because I feel big in this or whatever. But
Yeah,
actually, just know that is your head. It's not because you actually look like that. People are not looking at you going,
yeah,
ugh.
yeah,
Like the mind is mad. Like the shit that your brain makes you think and do and react to is, yeah, it's just crazy. Like, and actually, there's no reason for you to be, essentially, there's no reason to feel like that or whatever. But obviously, there is reason why we do because of social media and all of that stuff too. And you're just a normal
yeah,
human being at the end of the day. Everyone feels these things. Like, it's something
yeah,
people feel. Like, just because we're PTs doesn't mean we don't feel it. We do. We just know, okay, come on. Yep, I feel that way, but stop being irrational. Like, just let's go.
yeah, yeah. It's not letting that ruin. Like I could have gone, well, I'm not going to go out for dinner tonight because I don't want people to look at my belly or I feel uncomfortable. But I'm not going to skip dinner or not go out because I feel that way. Like I may feel that way, but let's just do it anyway. It's that same thing of like pushing through that fear, isn't it? It's like, okay, I feel a little bit uncomfortable. Or one day it was like, I know I'm going to be eating a bit tonight. I'm already a bit bloated, so maybe I won't wear that skirt. I'll wear something that makes me feel a little
Yeah,
bit more comfortable and actually adapt the
absolutely.
clothing to make me feel better
Yeah,
rather
that's
than,
exactly what I do.
yeah, yeah. I'm going to wear something like on the last night. So we went into one of these really nice towns and I got this cute little dress and it was really floaty. The night before I'd been in something quite tight, I was sweating everywhere and I just felt really bloated and uncomfortable. And the next night, all this little floaty dress was really cool. And I just sat there and I thought, my body feels exactly the same as it did yesterday. But because of the outfit I've chosen, I'm not sweating from every crevice. I'm not looking down and thinking, oh, do I look really bloated in this? I just felt free. And that was purely just from changing the outfit that I'd worn. It didn't change actually how I looked or necessarily how I felt, but I did feel how I changed how I felt because the clothes that I had on.
Yeah. I know, I get that. I wear so many floaty things just because like the tight stuff, especially like weddings. Like I know I just said about a dress that I
Yeah,
wanted to wear. I still don't even know if I'm gonna wear it yet. It's September yet, it's still far away. But like I think if somewhere's hot and somewhere is like, yeah, and you know you're gonna eat at a wedding. I barely ever wear a tight dress. I like to wear a flowy dress so I can eat all that food that they provide and drink what is there, because otherwise I'm sat there feeling bloated and horrible in a dress that's really tight, feeling really uncomfortable, thinking, what have I done to myself? I'm not enjoying this. Like, wear something that you're
yeah,
gonna be comfortable in. Like 100% is the way to go.
definitely, definitely. I've literally just ordered a dress off of Vinted for a wedding. I'm due one, so I'm like going for dark, going for floaty.
Beautiful. That's
Protect
the
because I don't want to
thing.
be wearing white and I'm not wearing my white to a wedding, but you know what I mean, like a light
Yeah.
dress that's tight when I'm like, I could come on my period. I'm probably going to be eating bloated anyway because of that. I'm going to be, remove all that stress and just start
Yeah.
floating.
It's not worth it. Like honestly, like dressing for comfort, like you can still make yourself look nice is like the
Yeah,
key. Like the amount of like tight dresses I've got hung up on that rack, and I can't remember the last time I wore like half of them because I'm like, I don't even know why I've got these anymore. Like I just need to get rid because I look at them and go, oh, they're really pretty, but I'm gonna get really hot and feel like I've got to like hold my stomach in or whatever like the whole time. I'm like, I'm not about that life. Give me the floaty
so
dresses because yeah, they're so much nicer.
definitely, definitely. But yeah, cool. Well, should we wrap up there for today?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't think I've got anything else to say apart from just
No,
make sure you drink your water as well because that'll make you feel less bloated.
yes, definitely. Drink, and if you're in a hot country, you need to be staying hydrated anyway, especially so.
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
but that can
You don't
also
want to
make
be
you feel a
going
bit
into,
bloated too.
yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be going to a foreign hospital, do you? Because who needs to be
No,
paying for that?
no,
No, thank you.
no, thank you.
Anyway, yeah,
Awesome.
that's it
Well,
from
let's
me.
wrap up then. Let's wrap there for today. Thank you so much for listening, guys. If you do want to have any questions for us or you want to suggest anything you want us to talk about, feel free to message us on socials, our number if you've got them, or email fitgirlswhoeat93 at gmail.com. And we will
Absolutely.
catch you in the next one, or you'll catch us in the next one, hopefully.
You will indeed. Oh, and if you want to watch us, we're on YouTube. So yeah, click on the link and
Yes,
watch our lovely faces on
definitely.
the
Yes.
screens. Yay.
Yay. All right, guys. See you later.
Ciao.